Hello everybody, my name is Taro, and today we are taking a look at the Ultraman monster, Re-Dorako. Yes, this is the revived version of Doraco. I just said Doraco. No, not the YouTuber. The monster, Doraco. You know, a little fun fact, when I was younger, I used to call him Dorco. Because that's when I thought it was. His monster was a complete dork anyway in the original, so it didn't matter. But, I don't actually own, like, a normal Doraco figure. Because I think they only made the Bandai movie monster series. No, the Bandai Ultra Monster 500 series version with the wings and the one horn. So yeah, I don't own that, but I guess I might do a video on him. Yeah, I'm not really going to go through the history of the original Doraco, I'm just going to go through him. Alright, so actually, let's just start with history, so this is quick and done. So, basically, near the end of the series, Doraco returned, was revived by Geronimon, along with another monster, Celestin. You've seen, I'm pretty sure if you guys have seen his video, I'm not sure yet, but I might have just not edited it yet, but we'll bring him in a minute. So Doraco was revived alongside Celestin and Pigmon by Geronimon. It was, Geronimon's plan is basically the basic, take over the Earth. So Pigmon, as he's not usually Pigmon's not usually a mean monster. So Pigmon remembered how the Science Patrol helped them back when he was alive in episode 8. By the way, this is episode 22, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, this is really close to the end. So Pigmon heads out to find the Science Patrol, and he tells them in his own language that they had to figure out, oh, Geronimon, this monster Geronimon has revived Doraco and Celestin, and you guys need to stop him. So, yeah, blah blah blah. So Ultraman didn't really fight these two. Ultraman fought only Geronimon because Doraco was Doraco was killed before Ultraman could come and kill him. Science Patrol killed Doraco here. The fate of Pigmon, by the way, yeah, Doraco just BAM! So, I'm not really going to talk about the rest of the episode because Doraco is gone. I'll explain the whole episode if I get Geronimon. So, the Doraco suit, it's a little bit different. He doesn't have his wings anymore because they were ripped off by Red King in episode 16, 17, I don't remember. One were at Red King 2 and the snowy area with that ape-looking thing. He has 3 horns, he's like a crown at the top of his head. Originally, I think Doraco only had this one, but it was supposed to be pointed in the other direction. And his pincers, his hands, they were originally claws, a lot like Gigant's, but now they're replaced with mittens. Is that a mitten? No, those are just hands. But I'm pretty sure on the actual suit, they were mittens. Whatever. A little fact, originally, it was supposed to be Red King and Gomora to replace, to be revived by Geronimon, but they went with these two for some reason. I think it was because of the overused condition, which is a real shame. I would have loved to see Red King and Gomora on the same screen, like in the original series. Re-Dorako was, I think, strong. I think he also, I don't think he ever appeared again. I know normal Doraco has. I think he appeared in Redman, but I don't know much about that show, so I can't really tell you anything about that. Whatever. Well, that's Doraco's history, Re-Doraco's history. Let's get onto the figure. So this is quite old, so his feet and legs, I don't know if you noticed this, are a little bent up like that. So the articulation is terrible. But his tail at the back allows him to stand. So his arms, they both rotate 360, so you can have him up in the air like this. Have him down at the side like I had him before, or up like this. Gonna get you, you know. His legs also rotate 360, but they're so messed out that you can't really fit him in a good standing pose. And the last point of articulation is his head. It's really tight though. You can have him looking side to side. And that's it for articulation. Now for detail, he's got some fair amount. You can see these little bumps and stuff if it wants to focus. Come on. It's focusing on his head for some reason. Come on. Well, this is the best I can show you because I don't feel like focusing. Well, I do, but it's just that there's this thing in the life where I can't reach the middle of the screen. But it's not impressive. It's just a bunch of bumps. That's how the sculpting was. The only thing that they actually sculpted in, I think, was these lines. Now for the paint, overall he's pretty good. His teeth are individually painted, it looks like, which actually they're also in the top row looks like it's individually sculpted, which is good. The eyes look pretty nice also. But the one problem is that in these lines, between these lines here, they're supposed to be white. Well, they didn't do that on the figure, which kind of disappoints me. Now, I'm not sure yet if I'm going to do this, but I feel like I might, paint it to look better, but I'm not sure. I might not do it. So let's do some size comparisons. So I don't remember how tall Re-Dorako is, but I'm pretty sure he's 60 meters. So let's get Teleston here, another 60-meter monster. Re-Teleston. This is technically normal Teleston, but since of his color, I use them as Re-Teleston. They're pretty good. Since they're both 60 meters, this works, but I think they're, since Teleston usually is hunched over like that, so this is technically right, but whatever. Now, I've had this little theory that these two came out in the same wave back in the 80s, because they're made with the same material. They're both really light plastic, but squishy at the same time. And they're made in the same year, obviously. I actually don't think their Teleston video is out yet, so that's not an obviously yet, so yeah. We'll learn more about them later. So these guys might Now for another monster, let's just show off Red King, because he kind of beat the crap out of Teleston in the first appearance. Not Teleston, what am I saying? Doraco in his first appearance. Red King is 45 meters and he's supposed to be 60. Red King's taller, so yeah, no, unless you want, again, this to be a 60-meter Red King, which you can. So you can have Doraco get his revenge. Not today, son. Let's just show off Ultraman, because they never really stood next to each other. It's funny, Doraco is never, no version of Doraco in the original Ultraman series went against Ultraman. Shows how pathetic he is. Well, this is good in sizing. Ultraman's 45 meters or 40 meters, whatever he is, and Doraco's 60, so this works really well. Now, time for Ultraman to leave. And to show off your basic 6-inch figure, here's Godzilla. They're pretty good. Godzilla's 50, 60. They're exact same size, basically, with the horns just a little bit taller, but that's good. So if you want to have, oops, you can do that. So if you want to have, Godzilla fight Doraco, here you go. Alright, well, that's it for Doraco here. Overall, I would say he's a pretty good figure. Paint is, maybe a 3 out of 5. Sculpting, I guess I would say a 3 out of 5 again. Articulation, 4 out of 5, it's pretty good. You got the added head. Sizing, overall pretty good for the figures that I showed off. I do not have a Gygus, so I can't show him with Doraco. And I don't have Geronimon, but they're technically the same size anyway. Overall, I would give this figure a rating, I would say a 4 out of 5 or a 3 out of 5, between there. It's a good, decent figure. It's the only 6-inch Doraco figure I think exists that looks accurate, not like a random color like red or orange. So I would recommend getting this figure. I certainly enjoyed this figure, and guess what? I also certainly enjoyed making this video, and I hope you enjoyed watching it. See you later.